Hello, my name is Shawn and I am a mentor and sales lead here in the East Tennessee market. And today we'll be talking about the red folder. This is a great tool to make sure you are using with every client. It makes sure that you are fully disclosing everything with every client, which is really important on many different levels. NPS being one of those. I'm going to start on the back, okay? Because on the back, what's going to have here is going to be every store ixnay on the Kingsport Mall. So when you give these to your clients, they'll be able to know exactly where they need to go for any kind of return or exchange or any other question that they may have about their purchase that they are making today. Now, on the front side, you will see that this has some slots, so if you have a business card, you can very easily stick your business card in there for your client. That way you know that they always have it, because we all know when you give a business card to some people, it usually makes its way to the trash can or in the road somewhere on their way home. So underneath of your business card, you'll want to put your phone number again, although it probably is listed on your card. That way it's on there twice, so if the card comes missing, it is still on their folder. It has the activation date, which would be the day that they are activating the device, and the new device eligibility date. Now, if it's a Samsung or an Apple product, that would be 1 year. Everything else would be 2 years. Text or call for upgrade, change, phone, or plan. This is a subject that's gone back and forth. Me personally, I like to use this space to let the customer know, and every time I'll put text me anytime. That letting your client know that it is okay for them to text you at any time, and because you may or may not be able to get to your phone, you may be with a client, you may be off spending time with family, but if they can text you and they know that they can text you at any time, it kind of gives them a peace of mind. See here going forward. When we flip this thing open, it does have a large note section here, which is probably best used for each time you're speaking with your client, they're making any kind of change to their plan. It's really nice for you to sit down, spin this thing around, actually get beside your client and talk about and write down, map out, if you will, their entire account. You know, sometimes a lot of people, I would even venture to say most people, they get the Verizon bill and it's Chinese for them. So it's really beneficial for you and for the client if you can write down each line, what the line access fee is for all those, the device payments if they have one, all that kind of jazz, and kind of get a ballpark figure before taxes as to what their bill is going to be. Make any kind of notes here if they was taking and doing a device payment upgrade, like they was taking an upgrade from another line and applying it for a different line, any kind of alternate upgrade that would be, just anything out of the ordinary. Just make sure you're making a note about it right here. That way, you know, that kind of, like we said, full disclosure, that kind of protects you as well as the client. Here, this is on this section here, this is how they would file a claim. This section would probably only, let's say, use this area below to jot down important information about your handset. Then, if you need to make a claim, you'll have the required information to make the process even faster. Here you would write their phone number, the full retail price of the handset, and the date of purchase. Because we all know, you know, prices for phones, they change from time to time. Account holder's billing address, the device manufacturer and model. That would be the make and model. For instance, Samsung S8, iPhone 8 Plus. You write here the IMEID and the date, time, location, and detailed description. Here in this section, if they're in an event that there was an accident with their phone or any kind of incident, here's what they would have. The only thing that would be left for the client to do would be put their date, because all this information is going to be needed on the phoneclaim.com website that the customer would have to use to make the claim. And here's also a little section they can do it by phone if they would rather prefer to do it by phone. But this is a detailed section as to how they would make that claim. But by helping them and filling this part out for them, they don't have to go hunting and trying to find this information. Here on this whole page is pretty self-explanatory, but at the same time it's very crucial. It may be self-explanatory to you or to me, but for the client, it still may be Chinese. So it's very important to make sure we're filling this out. And starting at the top, the device purchased today was a new or a CPO. We'll probably never use a refurbished, ever. The agreement, if it was any kind of incremental, will be a 2-year. Any kind of phone, basic or smart, is going to be on device payment. If they have an email, you're going to write their email here for them, check mark. If they have Apple ID, you're going to write their Apple ID and their password right here for them. This is very crucial. 9 out of 10 times a customer comes in and there's a problem with their iPhone, it's because they forgot their Apple ID password. If they have it listed here, no matter if they know exactly what it is very easy to in the future forget what that is. It changes from time to time. So it's very good for you to write that down for them. Please let them know this is for them to take home, because some people are kind of private about that information and they may feel that you're writing this down so you can take this and file this in your desk, but really this is for the customer to take home to keep all of their paperwork together in a very secure place. Their Gmail, same as your Apple ID, you want to make sure you're listing that, and their password. Here is a section for contacts. You will check mark if you've done all of these things. Contacts or photos transferred, connect to Bluetooth to the car, or any other kind of device. If there's any rebates, the device payment shipping label, what was given to them, check. Explain what data overage is and what that cost would be to them. And if there's any kind of trade-in that they're doing for their old phone, make sure you're checking that off as well. Don't just hurriedly just assume because they're a 20-year-old that's in college that they know how to do all these things. Make sure you're checking all these off, especially here with the phone tutorial in the next section. You know, how to power your phone on and off, test email, how to send a text, screen brightness, voicemail setup, how to take a picture, connecting to Wi-Fi, favorite apps downloaded, VZW app, and how to make a call. Please don't just assume that this is something that is every customer can do, because every customer cannot do these things. Some can, and even for those, you want to make sure that you are asking them to know how to do each one of these things. When they give you a verbal yes, then you give it a check. And I'll explain why to all these questions in 1 second. Billing, you want to make, this is all before tax. You want to write down what plan they're on, the price of that, and all this jazz. Let them know that bill credits can take 2 to 3 bill cycles before they actually hit their account. Setting that expectation on the front end is very crucial. If they're thinking that it's coming on the next bill and it doesn't come on the next bill, that could set you up for some heartache down the road. If there's any kind of promotion, make sure you're listing upgrade fees and the total amount of those, activation fees and the total amount of those, and what their normal Verizon bill would be before tax. Yes, this may be a repeat of what is over here, but it's okay. Doing things twice, make sure you're doubly protected. There is a section at the end of every time you activate a new device, whether it's an upgrade or a new act, for you to print out the next bill summary for your client. Make sure you are checking this and giving it to them. Do not check this if you're not giving it to them. We need to make sure that the customer is receiving this next bill summary. As far as insurance goes, on this next section, after you've asked them multiple times, you should have probably have already got a yes, but if they are very, very adamant about no, you want to make sure you are in front of them checking decline, letting them know exactly what the amount, if it's $11 or $9 a month, and what the deductible is going to be on that device. Here it simply states, by declining insurance, I acknowledge that I'm responsible for the full retail cost of my device. Write that down, whether it's $100 on a flip phone or $900 on a brand new iPhone. In the event of loss, theft, damage, or any circumstance that is not covered by the manufacturer's warranty. If they are adamant about not getting it, make sure they sign it. Even if they accept it, we want to make sure that we're getting their signature and the date right here. This protects you. Later on down the road, if they try to say that I did get it, I did tell you I want it, this is your protection, saying that, showing them that they did not get it. After the sale, you want to make sure you're going over this. Lastly, I'll be following up with you by email, text, and calling to make sure everything is going well. Here you have a return exchange of 14 days like new condition. Last day device can exchanged is going to be 14 days from the date that they are purchasing. Was the bill accurate? Yes or no? Cash refunds, cash payments are refunded within 14 days via check to the address on your receipt. It is very crucial that we're going over each section of this folder with the client and making sure that at the very end you're letting them know these are our stores. None of these stores are corporate. These is where you can get back in touch with me, or to have any kind of return or exchange that you need to have done. Make sure you're coming back to one of these stores. At the end of your sale, before you hand this to your client, you want to make sure you are using the Cam Scanner app, and you are uploading this. You're sending yourself an email with the picture of this, and you're uploading that to the bill of sale. This is going to protect you in the future because it lets you and the client and whoever else may be involved down the road know that you have done your job to the fullest that you can. And it's the red folder, guys. Thank you very much.